Engie is in the midst of what I might call a transformation. You're exiting fossil fuels, you're embracing renewables, and climate policy is a tailwind. What happens if President Trump pulls the United States out of the Paris Accord and the agreement starts to unravel?
First of all, it will be a great disappointment because USA are a very great country, very important in the CO2 emissions. Nevertheless, I'm absolutely convinced that in the medium term, the movement will not be stopped. The movement, the shift to a new energy system, decentralized, decarbonized, digitalized. And this is due to technology, this is due to digital revolution, and also to a cultural revolution in the minds of people. And so if one country decides not to do to stick to its commitments, all the others, more than 190 countries, will go on. And even in the States, the corporations will go on and will progress.
So you're not concerned that the policy framework underpinning the economics of your corporate strategy will weaken?
No, frankly, no. I am disappointed because the Paris Agreement after the COP21 was an historical agreement. The first time more than 190 countries had agreed on a long-term vision of the planet. And for our children and grandchildren, that was very, very important. It's a pity to see the US pulling out, but it
hasn't happened yet.
No, it has not happened yet. And the government, the state, of course, has an essential role. But all the other stakeholders in US have also their own decision to take. And all the US corporations, which considers that reducing the CO2 emissions is a duty, will continue.
Here's another question for you about corporate strategy. On paper, the idea of Engie and Germany's RWE combining their renewables and energy infrastructure business makes sense. On paper, it makes so much sense. You have had to consider this. What are the pros and cons of such a combination?
No, I will not comment on that. That's rumors, and I will not comment on rumors. Perhaps I could tell you what is our strategy. I have no comment to make on RWE, which is a company that I respect completely, and I know their people.
I'm not asking you to comment on deal speculation. What I would like to know is if you think about that idea in principle, what's attractive about it and what's not attractive about it?
I'm sorry, I will not answer to that question. I understand you asked it. Of course, our strategy is to become the world leader in energy transition, which makes in particular three pillars on which we want to build our future. The first pillar is low carbon power generation, renewables and natural gas. We consider that natural gas is a part of the energy transition. Secondly, second pillar, the natural gas infrastructures and LNG. Third pillar, customer solutions, energy services.
But does consolidation make all of those three pillars stronger?
Don't want to comment on that. Frankly, I have not the right to do that. So that's.
France has traditionally taken something of a corporatist approach to the state's role in industry. Now France has a reformist and more free market president in Mr. Macron. Would you welcome a move by Mr. Macron to reduce the state's holding of Engie?
I don't know what Mr. Macron will do on that. What is positive is that we have a very young president, very business-minded, business-oriented, pro-business and pro-Europe. And so we welcome that very much. Now, he has announced in his program that he will reduce the stakes that the government has in a number of companies, especially to create a 10 billion fund to invest. So that will be...
Do you want to see that stake reduced?
No, I have nothing to say on that. We are managers, the shareholders took their own decisions. So That would be the government decision, Mr. Macron's decision.
Now, about the gas market. Europe's relationship with this country, Russia, as you well know, has been strained by the conflict in Crimea, and the tensions in the Middle East are flaring again, yet gas prices remain low. Mm-hmm. How do you explain that? How long can it last?
Oh, I think it will last some years. Why? Because, you know, there is a gas glut today in the global gas market. You have lots of liquefaction plants in Australia coming online. The consumption in Europe has been slightly declining because of energy efficiency. US is now producing. There is the first liquefaction plant in USA producing. In the US market, the natural gas still sticks to $3. Today, it was 12 in 2008, and so the prices are low. Nevertheless, we consider that in the long run, the prospects for natural gas are very good. At the horizon of 2050, 2060, the energy mix of the world will see the coal declining strongly, we'll see oil declining significantly, and natural gas to maintain its share in the global energy mix, or sometimes increase its market share. So the future energy mix will be made of natural gas and renewables, wind, solar, biomass, hydro mainly, and the thermal power generation, except with gas, will decline strongly.